Guys, so I've got IFBB Pro Brett Wilkin here with me. His first Mr. Olympia appearance last night at the prejudging. So I've got to ask you, how's it feel to do the first one?
Man, it was an absolute rush, especially, on the bodybuilding side of things in the open division. It takes a lot of years to get there. Even you, that was something that even was quick, but it was at least 7, 8, 9, 10 years of work going into that, right? So to spend all those years for that single moment come out, it's an absolute amazing feeling moment, and being able to kind of soak that situation in. And it's kind of just trying to live in the moment, right? So having so fast, adrenaline's rushing, but we really tried to soak it in last night, being able to hear it today, especially seeing all the fans and everything.
So were you nervous getting on stage?
I was definitely nervous leading up, but I mean, it's about the confidence you can bring, you know what I mean? So it was more so, I belong there, right? This was actually my second qualification. So just confirming in that, and then just, presenting them the best package that we could do.
So that's a good point. You actually qualified for the Olympia last year, but you set it out, had some little issues, and then so you went back, requalified again, and made it on stage the first time.
We're here for 1 weekend out of the year, but people, a lot of times it's forgotten what goes into it. It's a 24/7 thing. The discipline over the years, we don't just bodybuilding for this weekend. It's a lifestyle. So being able to like that, with being able to soak that in, knowing that I put in on that work, like you said, that is needed. This is really one of those qualifying moments and one of those real true rewards, no matter what the outcome.
Well, I want to commend you and say congratulations, because the men on this stage are the best bodybuilders on the planet. And everybody, you don't just get invited to this show. You don't just get to enter this show. You have to qualify. And that usually means you have to win another competition and beat the other best bodybuilders in the world to get here. So no matter how you place, every one of these men on this stage looks incredible, and most of you look superhuman. So congratulations on that. You have a wife who actually got you into this, right?
So yeah. So this isn't something I fell into. As I was somewhat married into, I guess you can say. No, but I met my wife back in 2014 at a gym, of course. But it was kind of just an itch for me at the time. I was just training on my own. Didn't know what direction to do. Just trying to find a lifestyle, right? Met her, and then she led me into the bodybuilding world. And that's when, I was able to come to these things, started coming to these expos, learned what Gasp and Better Bodies was, started watching training videos of this guy right here, teaching myself how to train by watching YouTube videos of Branch, Johnny, these guys from Gasp. So what was amazing is, doing that, you don't know where that's going to lead to. And I didn't even know if I was going to compete at that time either. But what it was a passion, right? It's what I love to do. And, and I was around it. And then I just kind of fell more and more in love with the process. And decided to take a leap into the competition side of things, and it resulted to be very well. And so that's kind of what launched me off, that addiction after that of success. And then that led to some big opportunities like we have here today. In 2019, I met Gasp and Better Bodies while they were passing through Denver, Colorado, where I was living. Got a chance. That was my first opportunity to meet Branch, and we trained together that day. And so that was a humbling experience. It taught me a lot. I have a story about that I told. It's probably not suitable here, but he kicked my ass for sure. But like I said, some people take that. Individuals can either take that and know, like, hey, I'm not. This isn't for me, or you can step up and be like, hey, that's what I want to do, right?
100%. I had the same thing when I first started bodybuilding in Metroflex. I was 17 years old, and I trained with Ronnie Coleman and his workout partner Mark. And I think that first workout I did with him, I threw up 4 times. I go throw up, and it's open, so it's hot, 100-some degrees. I go out, throw up in the parking lot, come back in, and like, it's your set. I'm like, shit, here we go again. And so, but if you keep coming back, it gets better and better. And if you keep coming back long enough, you start handing out some ass whoopings yourself.
That's the exact lesson he taught me. I had to keep coming back, and so now I get to continue to pass that on. And that was kind of, I think, a moment that Gasp and the team realized, hey, we know who this person is, who he represents. And I've stayed true to that, and it's been 6 years now.
I'll say this: in the past 6 years, I've seen very, very few people make the gains and put on the amount of mass you put on in the past 6 years. I saw you like a year later, I think, after that, and I was amazed at how much you've grown since 19, and every year since then, it's just been really remarkable how much progress and gains you've made. I think that's a testament to your mentality and your work ethic.
Thank you. Yeah, being surrounded by the right groups, the right team. I have great training partners, right family members, of course, and then obviously the right team that I'm with.
So I have a question for you. So you and Martin, both training partners. Martin Fitzwater in the show tonight. He's up in the top group. And I think that's the first time I've seen two top-level competitors train since back in my day and me and Johnny. So how does that work? How do you guys keep it positive? And what's that dynamic like?
Yeah, I mean, this is a funny situation because we get that a lot. Like the last kind of duo of like training partners was Branch and Johnny that were competing together on the stages, on the Olympia stages. And as you know, man, it comes from our backgrounds of a competitiveness. You guys were both probably athletes before, as we talked about. But we were truly athletes in different realms before bodybuilding, but we can bring that into bodybuilding, which is an individual sport, but you can use each other to become better individuals. And that's what we can do there.
So I'm guessing you have a similar dynamic to what me and Johnny had. Whatever happened on the stage, we left it on the stage.
Yeah.
So we never talked trash to each other about that ever. And I have too much respect for the man. But that being said, when we were both training for the Arnold, the Olympia, whatever he did, I didn't want him to beat me in the gym because I was afraid if he beat me in the gym, he'd beat me on the stage. And I know he had the same mentality. So is that kind of the same dynamic you guys have?
Oh yeah, it's like a full on football practice every session. You're counting there with his reps maybe in your head, so you know what you want to do that you're going to beat the next set too. So I think like that competitiveness is gonna take you to the top, as you can see. But as you know, a lot of guys get too many egos involved and things like that. So it's one of those things you have to be able to check, and then also have the right individual that they want to, deep down, they want to see you succeed too. Right?
100%. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I did everything in my power to beat him when I was on stage, but at the same point, I knew he was doing everything in the power to beat me, and so I respected him because of that. And if I wasn't in the show, I promise you, I was his biggest fan. Cheering for him, so I want to see him do well and succeed.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Yeah.
So what's next after we get to the Olympia tonight? No matter what comes up next for Brett.
So after this weekend, we'll be heading back down to Texas. So recently moved to Texas and loving it.
Welcome to America.
Yes, sir. Loving America. But no, we're in Houston now, and it's a really great spot for us. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, so it's a great place for her to grow up ahead. So we're gonna be finalizing on a house ahead. So I've been spending the last 4 months getting ready for Olympia. That's obviously been a huge focus. So now it's going back and continuing to grow the businesses that we have started down there. Plan is to be opening the gym. We'll say summertime next year. It's planned for earlier, but we always gonna say that in Houston. And so a lot of good things on that side. And it's continuing to get the body healthy, get recovered here. It's been a long last 4 months, especially with the move and everything. So get settled down, but settle in and enjoy the rest of this year, and then until we start pushing next.
So in case you don't know, this guy owns Butcher Bomb. Great product. I've used it many times. And also on top of that, you're also opening a gym down in Houston. So tell us a little about those things.
Yeah. So I got a couple products that I've been able to brand after myself a bit. So I've the Butcher Bomb that's really taken off. It's a great product for muscle and joint and pain relief. So if you guys can obviously check that out. And so I've been able to branch off of that. I have a few other products like lifting straps and everything. And then with the gym, and it will be involved in Houston. It's going to be called Leader Fitness in Houston, Texas. So we are bringing a big facility, about 40,000 square foot. Actually spent earlier this week, used this opportunity in Vegas. Actually picked a lot of equipment here, the new tech pieces, and some gym equipment. So this has been a very productive week in all aspects down here.
Well, Brett, I wish you the best tonight. You look incredible last night. And I know I'll be seeing you around out and about around destination down in Houston. And we got to all get together and do a hunt.
Yes, sir. It's time to have some fun. We'll go look for some hogs, right?
Take a few down weeks to go have some fun.
Yes, sir.
So on behalf of Battle Bodies, Gasp, and Michael, the owner, thank all you guys. And stay tuned. We got Hunter Labrada coming up next.
Thank you, guys. I'll be right here.